Can't is not something that you need to be holding on to. Can't doesn't do anything for me. And it shouldn't do anything for you. What it is that you are seeking in your life and what it is that you are going for in your life cannot be attached to it. It takes more. It takes much more than the word can't. It is a word that should never exist in your life. Whatever mistakes that you are making, whatever failures that you have faced, embrace it and carry on. Because the word can't, it ain't going to care nothing about you anyway. It doesn't love you. It doesn't care about you. And when you have the word can't in your mind, excuses will follow. So how do you carry on? What is it that you need to do? And how far are you willing to take it? Now let's talk about try. Trying seems to be the new thing. Well, I wouldn't even say that it's the new thing. It seems like it's the everyday thing for so many people. Well, I tried. I couldn't put down that chocolate piece of cake. I couldn't put that piece of cake down. I tried. I couldn't get up in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I tried to get up, but I couldn't get up. I tried. I tried to be nice, but I couldn't be nice. I tried. Everything you did is try, but you didn't even give yourself the satisfaction in doing. Why not just do it? Why are you trying everything? That's supposed to make you feel better because you tried. You really think that people want to hear your excuse? You really think that that's what it is that's going to help you to be better because you tried? Stop trying and start doing. Do it regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the rejections, regardless how people look at you. In fact, stop letting people dictate you. Stop looking at people as though they're going to rescue you because everything you're doing, all you're attaching to it is the word try. And you're looking for somebody to say, hey, that's okay. At least you tried. No, stop trying. You don't get a pass. You don't get a pass from trying. What, you afraid you're going to mess up? You're afraid you're going to fall down? You're afraid that it's going to be over because it didn't go the way you wanted it to go? Because it didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen? So can't and try should not have anything to do with your life. So if you've been that person, whether it's today, whether it was yesterday, or even if you're looking into the future, how can you even have a future if can't is a part of it? How can you have a future if all you do is try? I want to have a great future. If the future is promised to me, I am going to have a magnificent future. That's how you should be thinking. That's how you should be doing. Not giving in to can't and try. Because then it becomes a maybe. Then doubt. Then fear. Then everything else follows behind it. And none of these things makes you better. So you have got to step up to the plate and you got to get to work and do business.
If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they can remember. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew, we called them. No one was over 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew had 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins put on their tiny little feet prior to every swim. But somehow these little guys from every corner of the nation and the world always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days of no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and 1 special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man till there was nothing visible but our heads. The instructors told us we could leave the mud if only 5 men would quit. Only 5 men, just 5 men, and we could get out of the oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still over 8 hours till the sun came up. 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The chattering teeth and the shivering moans of the trainees were so loud, it was hard to hear anything. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept up the singing, but the singing persisted, and somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, and the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away.
I was paying real close attention to all the messages my mama had gave me over the years. I started reading the Bible again and started really understanding that I needed some help here. Took 3 years of homelessness and then a couple other bad decisions. Got it together probably about my first car when I was 38 years old. First car I ever owned in my name. Bought a car when I was 38. Messed around, got a phone call from the Apollo. Got on TV at 38. Been on TV ever since. And yeah, see, you're gonna make me cry, boy. I don't feel like that. That was one of the great things about it. She was able to see me, you know, because I wanted her to see me, you know, because she had prayed for me so hard. I just wanted her to see her boy turn himself into something. I gave him money, bought him houses, cars. I bought my mama a house, took her to Texas. She didn't even want the house. How I'm gonna go to church down here? She didn't want the house because it was 700 miles from her church. And then my daddy didn't want the house because they don't play numbers in Texas. And I bought the house in the dry county and they ain't got no liquor store. So now my father trying to figure out how I'm supposed to live. I can't play numbers and I can't buy liquor. So I had to sell the house, get my money back, fly him back to Cleveland. So all he said, I said, well, Daddy, what you want me to buy you? A new car? And my daddy always wanted a Cadillac, so I bought my daddy a Cadillac, remodeled my mama's whole house. It was embarrassing. She wanted brand new walnut paneling and brand